So here's what I'm thinking. There is no secret ingredient. A little bit of context. I have just recently had my birthday. The birthday when I turned 50. This is the 1 year mark since I started this blog in hopes of preparing myself. This was the moment when I had hoped to become Oogway. As a quick historical reminder, it was a year ago that I was confronted with the fact that I was not all that I was capable of being. I was too anxious. I was too quick to judge others. I wasn't as open or as adventurous as I wanted to be. I hadn't learned to love with all my heart and soul. When using both my love for movies and my love for my children as anchors, I visualized my journey as the one from the movie Kung Fu Panda. My quest being to become Oogway, the calm, wise, powerful master who seemed to embody everything I wasn't, but that I wanted to be. And I gave myself 1 year to prepare for the moment, to train, to grow, to get to the point when I turned 50 that I would be this new and better version of myself. And I have meditated and read. I have walked and I have journaled. I have listened to friends and mentors, and I have listened to myself, my thoughts and feelings. And at the end of a year, I woke up early on my birthday and I reflected on how I was different after this 12-month experiment. And I felt, well, nothing. There didn't seem to be any aha moment that I could point to, or any transformation that I could see in myself other than perhaps a bit more gentleness and patience with my interaction with others. When I was asked that day at breakfast, how does it feel to be 50? My response was simple. Well, I thought I'd be farther along by now. What if that was indeed the case? What if I actually didn't become anything at all? That evening when I got home, I was handed a wrapped box from my friend Lexi and my partner Susan. A birthday present. Susan said she had asked for Lexi's help and that they had contacted students from my classes over the last 10 years and asked if they would write a brief letter for me on my birthday, telling how I may have impacted them on their life. I opened up the box and found dozens of envelopes inside. Later that evening, I started opening the envelopes, and let me just say, it wasn't long before the tears were flowing. The letters were so beautiful, written by people I care about who had taken the time to tell me how valuable I had become in their lives. There has never, ever in the history of the world been a better birthday present. And that night, as I lay in bed thinking, yeah, I tend to do a lot of that. Ironically, the aha moment came to me. I hadn't suddenly become anything, because that's not how it works. There usually is no one great moment of wisdom, no one skill set mastered that instantly transforms who we are. Ironically, I should have known that, since it was the same movie, Kung Fu Panda, that started this quest that had the answer right in it. Near the end of the movie, our main character, the panda, Po, receives the sacred scroll that is supposed to give him the secret of becoming the dragon warrior. He opens it up, expecting to find some great words or some magic spell or some secret ingredient that will help him become this amazing kung fu master. Instead, he finds that there's nothing written on the scroll at all. It is just blank, simply a mirror reflecting back at him. He thinks it is all a mistake, that he perhaps has missed something, until later he understands. There is no secret ingredient. It is just you. Now, make no mistake, I believe very strongly that it is our opportunity, if not our responsibility, to keep growing in our lives. My journey toward becoming Oogway is underway, alive and well, and hopefully will continue my whole life. Someday, I may become Oogway, but today, I am David, an amazing, flawed, wonderful, authentic warrior. And that will be enough. I myself had forgotten one of the foundations for any search for personal growth. I am happy with who I am. I am excited about who I'm becoming. We need to feel both. And as I stumble forward on my journey, hopefully I will say, aha, as many times as I say, oops. But in the meantime, I will tell you what was revealed in my own scroll when I saw my reflection. Actually, I will tell you what the letters from my students told me was in the scroll, because truly, they are one of the best reflections of me out there. It is wrong to say there is no secret ingredient. The truth is that we are the secret ingredient. Our passions, our skills, our beliefs, our gifts. Here, then, are 10 ingredients that have shaped me so far. They are not secret. I invite you to reflect on what your secret ingredients might be. But we are who we are, and I share who I am with you. Number 1. When you approach the world with curiosity, you will find it interesting and fascinating. Approach the world with curiosity. Number 2. Everyone you meet has a story and deserves your time, your compassion, and your listening to that story. Give that. Namaste. We are all walking on our journeys together. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Number 3. It takes no more energy to be respectful and gentle than it does to be apathetic or mean. Yet the energy returned when you do this is exponentially greater. Choose to be respectful and gentle. Be kind. Everyone is fighting a hard battle, whether you are aware of it or not. Number 4. To engage in superficial and trivial undertakings is a choice. You can also choose to engage in meaningful and purposeful experiences instead. You can make that choice or not, but do not claim to be victim for the choices we make or do not make. Number 5. Authenticity trumps everything. It does. Strive for authenticity. Number 6. Gratitude is the secret to happiness. When you practice it and truly let it flow through you, energy, joy, and peace show up in your world. Be grateful. Number 7. There is much in the world that makes us afraid, but be courageous. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is believing in something more powerful than what makes you afraid and acting on that. Remind yourself every day of what those more powerful than fear elements are. For me, they are my family, my gifts, my drive to serve, and my integrity. What are yours? Focus on that. Number 8, never, ever be ashamed of love. It is a joy to feel it, and it is a greater joy to share it. And like a candle, you never, ever lose love when you give it away. Number 9, when you can, say yes to opportunities, adventures, and people. In almost all cases, for all questions, the answer is yes. Number 10, when you have a choice of paths, always follow the joy. it will usually lead you in the right direction. And in the end, joy is more powerful than money, power, or safety. Follow the joy. And as I follow the joy myself toward becoming Oogway, I hope you will join me. I will see you on the path.